Hello, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Sarah Watts, and today we're going to draw a tiger, and it will be a slightly stylized tiger, but really I just want to show you how you can take a piece of reference and have fun in your sketchbook and kind of play around with stylizing something that you see from reference a little bit. And if you draw this tiger with me, make sure to use the hashtag Sketchbook Squad on either Instagram or TikTok so that we can see your awesome artwork. All right, let's get started. All right, my friends, we're gonna draw this awesome tiger, and I credited the photographer of this. They did the photo for Unsplash. It's a royalty-free image, but the photographer's name is linked below in the information underneath the video. So we're going to draw this awesome tiger, but I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I wanted you to keep in mind. I'm going to draw a stylized version of this, and I'd love for you to try it too. Anytime I'm drawing stuff, you can always use the hashtag Sketchbook Squad on Instagram or TikTok. That's kind of where we share things. But here, we got this awesome tiger, and I always like to, teach a little bit about if you were to go and draw the tiger realistically, what you would look out for. And by knowing those things, you can start to push the stylization of something more because you're aware of what's happening more. So we have this awesome tiger. Okay, so one of the first things to note about tigers is if you are wanting to capture this tiger more three-dimensionally, you can actually do a lot with just the stripes. You won't necessarily have to use all of these shadows to capture that, because these stripes are an amazing little tool for us to make three-dimensional tiger body awesomeness because they're actually wrapping around the tiger, right? So you wouldn't even have to use shading, and you would still be able to make a cool kind of three-dimensional tiger with just making sure to make these stripes wrap around the body instead of making them very straight, okay? Now, you could make them straight as a stylization, but I think having them wrap around that tiger will give them some, some meat. Okay, and the next thing about tigers is they're awesome, but one of the things you want to keep in mind is that their nose is, the bridge of their nose is pretty elongated, and their mouth is pretty large. These little cheek jowl situations right here. These are all a lot bigger and more elongated than it is on a kitty cat. And it's easy to make a tiger look like a kitty cat if you don't make those little notations when you're drawing it. So elongated nose and a larger mouth, and then also a very round head. And you'll also notice that the eyes will be a little closer together to make it, tigers seem more sophisticated looking when you do that. And then if you wanted to make the tiger a little bit younger, you would just kind of, pull these eyes down a little bit and a little bit farther apart, and that would help to exaggerate the youth of a tiger. But this one is an adult tiger, or, maybe a teenager, who knows. But we want to, keep in mind that these eyes are kind of closer together. And one of the things also to note is that, the head is, if you take the width of the head, it's pretty much the same as the height of the head. So one of the things I love to do when I'm paying attention to reference and really looking at all the details is I want to be, using my pencil and putting it right up against the reference. And I want to see different size relationships of all of these parts of the body, because it'll trick you, especially in a photo. Things might look bigger or smaller depending on, what the photo looks like. But if I take the width of this tiger head, I can come down here and it's like, oh, wow, this chest area is actually larger than the width of the head. And the temptation might actually be to make it smaller. So that's helpful to know, right? And then another thing is taking the width of that head and bringing it over here, and it's like, whoa, okay, so the width of the tiger's head is actually the width of this area right here, even though our brains want this area to be a lot larger because we know from a side view that this tiger is really long. But this is what they call foreshortening. So we're kind of seeing, you know, the tiger's body kind of recede back into space, and that's why everything's looking a little bit smaller. So if you were to draw this realistically, you would want to make this area about the width of the head, okay? So yeah, just a few things to keep in mind. The features of the face, and make sure we wrap these stripes around this awesome tiger, and just keeping in mind some of the, you know, size relationships and the proportions as we draw it. Cool. All right, I'm going to do a stylized version of it because it's super fun, and you can totally try it yourself. All right, let's do this. Let's draw this tiger. I want to draw a tiger today, if that's okay. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. So first off, one of my favorite things to do when I'm drawing with anything that might have a water base to it, like a marker, is I love doing my sketch in a similar color to the medium I'm about to use. A sketch with a pencil that is a watercolor pencil. So this is the Faber-Castell. These are aqua brushes or aqua pencils, and they're awesome because you can draw with it and then run water over it, and it kind of turns into a watercolor. So pretty awesome. And that's one of my favorite things to do because it kind of, you know, sometimes you'll erase the pencil and it just won't go away. But if your pencil drawing is with a similar color, it kind of helps to hide it more. All right, so I want to also pay attention to how I'm going to crop it. I'm going to put your head right here and your body right here. Always break it down into very simple shapes. Don't you dare start trying to go and render all these little pieces of the face. You don't want to do that yet. Gotta start bold and gestural and simple, and then start adding in detail as you go. Okay? Woo. That's another thing about tigers, is this kind of, yeah, face fluff, right? And I like to give myself little clues also. So I'm kind of just throwing in a couple of these main stripes so that I can keep my proportions pretty good. Although, you know, I can exaggerate this even more. I can make the body a lot smaller, but I want to make it semi. Okay, so I'm going to take the width of the head, and then I'm going to come down here and make sure that his butt ends with that width of the head marked right here, okay? So now we can come down and let's see. I want to say that the top of that leg is hitting right here. Okay, so got it just about. And then note how this paw is lower down than this leg. So but again, see how these stripes are curved? That's going to give it a three-dimensional appearance, dude. That leg. And then here's where I'm going to start exaggerating things a little bit to make it fun. Actually, I'm going to do something like that. Have that beautiful curve like that. Meow. They don't meow, they roar. I wonder if they do meow. Google, do tigers meow? I'm going to Google that when I'm done. Should know this answer. I'm trying to teach people how to draw them. All right, and again, I need some hints on this head. I'm like, okay, how tall do I make this this nose, right? So let's see, I'm gonna take the bottom of the eye to the bottom of the nose. And that looks like it's about the same size as the forehead. So bottom of the eye, the bottom of the nose. So I need to come to here. And then that will also be the height. Okay. Let's try that. Woo! All right, now I'm noticing my tiger's face kind of needs to be following this kind of axis on the head. So let's just see what I can do to... Meow. You don't even know if tigers meow. I'm gonna look it up 1 second. Okay, y'all, I was totally right. Big cats like tigers, lions, jaguars, leopards, they don't meow or purr, but they can roar. Oh yeah. And the little cats can purr but not roar. Oh, goodness. All right. Y'all gotta let me have fun with this, right? I wish there was a tail. When there's not one, we're gonna make it up. Seems like it would come from right about there. Rawr. Okay. I need some more details. Okay, we gotta be done with this drawing. All right, my friends, I'm gonna speed the video up, but you're gonna notice that I'm gonna throw in some gouache. We've got Holbein Gouache Brilliant Pink, okay? And then I have some Winsor & Newton Designer Gouache. These two are my favorite gouache brands, P.S. Winsor & Newton, Holbein, both very sexy. All right, let me speed the video up and add this magic. Oops. All right, my friends, I got it mostly dry. So now I'm gonna put in, because I'm doing a stylized tiger, I'm likely only gonna use black, pink, and maybe one other color. So right now I'm gonna go in and add those stripes, which is going to really make this tiger come to life. And then I might add some extra little details after that. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, by the way, this is the Pentel Feud brush pen with a cat hair attached. So, you know, you need one of these. These are awesome. And what I like about them is that This holds ink, and you can squeeze it to get more ink, and you can also get it to, if you see over here, get this dry brush effect, okay? Oh gosh, I left myself, ooh, it's the Wild West, okay. Let's see. Being a little bit indecisive about how I want these stripes to look, but I think I've decided to not add little bits of fur to them. If you were to do that, though, you have to make sure the fur is going with the flow of the fur on the reference. So, you know, you can see here the fur is kind of coming out and then down, and then same over here, out and then kind of down. And then on the face, it kind of splits off a little bit on the nose and grows down the sides, and then it kind of fans out from the eyes. And that is another really helpful thing when you're drawing animals. Make it go with the fur. Oh man, making these stripes thicker than the reference. But guess what? This is our drawing. So, by the way, when I'm doing these stripes, I am really leveraging the fact that this is a brush pen. So, a good thing to practice doing those thick and thin strokes in one kind of swoop is just to sit here and make S curves. Okay? So, S curves and even C's. These are very useful. Making circles, trying to get it to get thick and then thin again. So when you do your S, let it get thick, come back up and get it wispy. Okay, that's one of the, or it's a really, really useful exercise to get the hang of using a brush pen, using the pressure of your hand. I want to say their stripes are kind of like this, so I'm just gonna roll with it. All right, I'm gonna speed this video up and draw this this tiger's stripes. So we're done with this tiger drawing, and I hope you enjoyed this. One other thing I didn't say because the video is going super fast is if you ever like have wet ink and you need to get kind of in the middle of it because you have no patience for drying ink, you can use a pencil or a pen or a marker or whatever and put your marker down and then let your wrist kind of sit on it like a little couch, have some snacks, and then you can get these details in on the tiger without smudging everything. Okay, I hope that was super fun for you. I had so much fun. I might show you a little, you know, another version of this in the slides afterwards, but otherwise feel pretty good about leaving it like this. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed drawing this tiger who does not meow or purr, but it roars. All right, I'll see you on the next video.